What's up, guys? This is You Want to Be the Universe, and some of you may be wondering where a particular reaction is. And no, it's not Star vs. Forces of Evil. I will get to that when I get to that, just not right now. And also, that new Ladybug thing that people are now telling me to watch it. I didn't even heard of until after I posted up the trailer, so that's completely out of left field for me. Talking about the Powerpuff Girls, reaction thing. See, the whole point of my reaction thing to the new Powerpuff Girls series was because I'm an old-time fan and I wanted to see how the reboot would hold up in this new generation of things and see how that was. But after reviewing my reactions to it and also my analysis to it, not only did I bring up the old cartoon a lot when talking about this new cartoon without even really talking about the new cartoon as a whole, so I went back, rewatched the episodes to give up a full analysis of how it actually isn't up to par with anything of a particular just pure show standpoint. But after listening to that, I was like, how about this? The whole point I wanted to watch this series was so I can give a raw feedback to this new series and not really make much of a big deal out of it, let alone actually do an entire reaction series to it. Just go up to a few, see if I like it, don't like it, and stop. See, I've taken upon myself to already watch the first three, then bring it out to you guys as a trailer to get your opinion on it, and that's what the trailers really are. It's not a particular guarantee that that's why at the beginning of each and every one it says coming at some point, meaning that it's not coming soon, it is not coming tomorrow, it's coming at some point. Only certain reactions actually get the treatment of coming very soon, like Steven Universe did. Coming at some point, Steven Universe and Ruby did. Coming at some point does not automatically guarantee that it's going to be coming out very soon. I was hoping people would understand that as soon as they saw the letters dropping down saying coming at some point. So for those of you still waiting for Star vs. Forces of Evil, that is coming at some point, just not now. I'm not avoiding it, it's just not right now, alright? But the whole thing that I want to say about Powerpuff Girls is that I think I'm only going to upload my reactions to the first 3 episodes. Why? Because after I got done with the first 3 episodes, I wanted to get started on the next 3 episodes, and so I got done with those next 3 episodes. Here's the thing. They weren't bad, they weren't terrible, and they weren't controversial, because apparently I completely missed past a scene that apparently was really controversial, so I went back to try to find it, didn't find it, went online, oh, that was a problem. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's apparently the twerking scene. I saw that scene, I was like, what's the problem? And then apparently I read articles, I'm like, that's the problem? You guys are really shallow for thinking that. I'm talking to people who actually talked about the sort of controversiality of that scene. I'm like, I could name off 85 billion things off the top of my head that are worse than what I apparently missed when I first did the reaction. But they're not terrible, and they're not necessarily good. So, in that regard, I'm only going to post up the first 3 episodes of the reaction, and in those reactions, you're going to see a point of view on why the episode probably didn't work, what it did work in certain areas, and then you're going to see me in my first impressions where I pretty much just basically boycott the entire reboot because I'm getting too caught up with the old series, which I didn't want to have for people who really don't like those type of people who really like to talk about nostalgia. Because here's the thing, when you bring up something like this, you have to expect nostalgia. That's just a human nature kind of thing, especially if it impacted the person's life very much. And how this show handles it, it looks like the show, it kind of acts like the show, but there's something missing in it. If you look at the show, it's something missing. And no, it's not the voice actors. And don't even try to come up with that. It's not the voice actors. If anything, if you want to bring up voice actors, Buttercup is the only one actually putting up an accent of what the old Buttercup used to be, only a little less rugged. That's it. As for the other two, they kind of sound the same. That's the only problem. That's it. But the voice actors does not make the show. What makes the show is the pacing, how they handle the episodes, and what the episode stood for. For old series standpoint, the animation was limited in certain areas in the first few seasons, and once it got to the new season, it got more fluid animation. The episodes slowed down a bit. As for these episodes, they seem pretty either both fast-paced, and it doesn't really know where it's going anywhere, and the jokes are all, like, particular base jokes. They're not casual jokes that you got in the old show. In the old show, the jokes came to them because they were in the moment. A good moment in that is in the first episode of the series. In the first episode of the old series, you got Roach Coach, and one of the jokes that really got me was Professor talking about the roaches, and out of all in history, they got stepped on, squished, and then all of a sudden it just trailed off into the Professor going off on a tangent, being like, sooner or later they're gonna rule the earth with exoskeletons, a billion eyes, and that was funny because it was led into it, not just randomly popped up out of nowhere, where a lot of jokes in this new series does. So as for the new series, I will not say I hate it, because I would be lying if I said I do. I will not, and I'll also be lying if I said I like it better than the old show, because that is a bold-faced lie, and I will not say that. But it is a show that is worth people's time for another group. As for me, I don't believe I'm enjoying it to the fullest extent of what it should be. It's not like I'm watching Ruby when I'm just like really excited about the action scenes and the good characters, or like me with Steven Universe where I'm just wondering what's going to happen next. I already know what's coming. It's very predictable and very just nonsensical in a lot of ways. When I was talking about the episode where apparently the controversial twerking scene is, that entire episode left me wanting more to the point where it didn't matter anymore. And I'm going to continue watching the series on my own time to see if that actually like comes back, because in the episode you got this random party god demon thing, Panda Bear, that took over the minds of the people of the city of Townsville because he showed up out of nowhere, and I want to know where he came from, why he came here, was there just like a small bear inside of him? How could direct contact with the smiley thing affect the Powerpuff Girls? Why the Powerpuff Girls wasn't affected to begin with? Sure, you can just write it off as that since they have superpowers, they didn't affect. But since direct control means that they could direct contact with the smiley things, actually did make them get controlled. But Buttercup, since it missed her, and she learned a lesson in the matter. Not to mention, people say that the old show did not have lessons and morals, when in actuality they did. They just didn't throw it in your face that they learned the lesson. It's just like, yeah, this is a thing. Huh. And they just move on. That's the kind of thing that I liked in the old show, because you didn't really notice the morals. You just sort of like liked it for the episode and what it stood for. But so this is like, oh, I learned a lesson to not be a jerk to my teacher. Wow, I never would have learned that. And speaking of that, I'm not complaining, but are they in middle school or in grade school now? Or is it because in the old series they were in kindergarten to preschool or something like that? I get it, they're smart, so I guess that can work, but just like it's kind of off-put when you have these very small girls with these rather big guys and girls and from like middle school or something like that. They look very out of place. Though the fact we don't know how old they are, since I don't even think they can age, but in certain episodes they have like age things, but it's just how it works. I'm not complaining about the meme jokes. I'm not complaining about like the jokes like drive. I'm only complaining about their execution. They are the hit or miss. As I said in the old show, the jokes are like casually put in. Kind of like Ghostbusters. Like why people are complaining about the new Ghostbusters right now, because in the trailer, all the jokes seem like centric based on if it hit or miss or not. In the old Ghostbusters, it was just the personality of the characters just contriving into the joke. Like, I think it's called dry humor, or I could be wrong about that definition. It's just humor that just comes naturally, because it's the moment that it happens. You didn't have to like force anything into it. It's just, okay, it's funny because in the moment, that's funny. As for this, it's clear jokes. It's clear like they're trying to make a joke at this scene. If you don't laugh, then it failed. If you did, okay, good. That's what they were hoping for. So that's just it for me. I'm gonna post up the episodes. Here's the thing. I'm gonna post up the episode raw reaction with no video inside of it, because Cartoon Network is gonna come down on me hard if I actually upload their entire episode of their new series of Powerpuff Girls. That would be terrible. I can get away with the old series. I actually tried it, and yeah, it does not do anything like how this new series does. However, with that being said, I'm going to just post up the raw reaction, and in the link in the description, I'm going to have a link to the Google Drive, and you can see it there, and then come back here for the full review or something, because the reaction is going to be the only thing that's in there. Why? I need to save space, guys. I have made several Google accounts, and I need my own stuff. I need my own areas to put my own things, because my flash drives have been breaking, and I've been losing a lot of stuff because those flash drives were breaking on me. And Google Drive is the only thing, and also with my cloud, is the only thing that keeps my stuff. So I need to keep space for those things, okay? That's a personal thing. That's why I'm gonna cut it just to reaction, and then you can come back to the original video to see the review. Or you can just watch the review and not have to watch a reaction, which is weird because, you know, blind reaction is for the reaction and the review after, so it would be kind of hit and miss for the whole purpose of that. So, with that being said, I just want to let you guys know I'm only going to upload 3 because I myself feel like, I even asked at the end of the third one, that I don't feel like you guys would enjoy me watching this. Not for the sake that you think I'm not enjoying it, not for the sake that you think this is a bad show, but for the sake that I think it's just a show that is not reactable to the point where it's like it's supposed to be entertaining for a reactor to react to. It's a weird thing to say, and it kind of doesn't make sense, but in a way, it's just me saying that this isn't a reactable show to react to consistently. It's like me reacting to Teen Titans Go and not trying to bring up the fact that it's not anything like the old show over and over and over again, and having in my mind. It's pretty much impossible for me to say I did not go into a single one of these episodes with the old show in my mind, because they do try to mimic a lot of stuff from the old show into this, which is weird. Now, I've been watching a podcast with one of my favorite YouTubers, and he said this perfectly. It's either you change it up so much it's something new, or you make it so much like the original that it's not like something people can complain about. And that's what but no, they cut it in between. It's different, but it's still like the original, so it's so confusing. And that's one of the main things I bring up in my reactions. It's like, I don't know who this is for. Is this for new guys? Is this for old guys? Is this for both? Because if for both, you got a problem. Especially with introductions, pacing, and character interaction. And notice how throughout this entire thing, the only thing I said about the voice actors is just the fact that they kind of sound like, 2 of them sound the same, and Buttercup kind of almost sounds like Buttercup. I don't care that Tara Strong's not there. I don't care that the other 2 aren't there. And it's weird that the other guys are there, though, but it's just like, okay. Especially when I went on Twitter and saw that Tara Strong would have liked them in Bubbles again. So it's just like, alright. So, when I did post up the trailer and read you guys' comments, I did see, like, a lot of people trying to defend the show, saying it's as good as the original, and me as a person, I have to disagree with you on that. It's not as good as the original. As soon as you find me an episode, link me to an episode that's exactly like or can trump the episode where Powerpuff Girls go forward in time 50 years and him takes over the entire place, and that is both dark, gritty, and him is being the best him can be, then yes, I will declare this show being the best show ever. That would be better than that show, because that show is like the pinnacle point. If you go up to like the podcast that I'm talking about and go into any other person who really talks about Powerpuff Girls, that is one of the main episodes people go to, because it's something different. And it's this show that kind of shows that it's probably never going to deviate to something like that, even though him is clearly in the title, in like the title sequence. So it's like him's going to be in there somewhere. I don't know if he's actually in the set of episodes that's right now in Kiss Cartoons. I'm going to give him a watch, but I don't believe they're actually going to like go that boundary. And also, how about the Roddy Rough Boys? If they're going to bring those guys in, are they going to like do an episode like the Powerpuff Girl episode where Bubbles is like can't see, and they have like a whole first person view of Bubbles until she puts on the glasses, and then it goes to third person, and then it shows all the stuff, and then as soon as she takes it off, then we go back to first person. That was a unique episode because they tried something different. Again, I don't see this show trying something like that. I'm not saying they have to try the exact thing, but they're not trying something like that. This show is definitely not like the old show, and I'm not hating it because it's not like the old show. I'm not liking it to that extent because it's something different to the point where it's not that thing that I like. It's kind of like saying I hate Teen Titans Go solely for the fact that it's nothing like the original. No, I don't like Teen Titans Go because I don't like that kind of fast-paced humor. I don't like that kind of like really like chibi art style of the characters, and I don't like a lot of things that they really like try to interpret with some of the main cast from the original as well. Just like Raven. I love you, Raven, but some of the things they do to you, I can't see that because it's not just the original series. It's just the comics in general. When you read Raven, it's just like Raven doesn't do that. Raven doesn't act like that. You can know. No, sometimes, maybe. So that's what I mean. It's very confusing when it comes to the Powerpuff Girls one. That's it. So I needed to get this video out just to let you guys know that it's not gonna be a full series, and also just want to talk about like when I put up the trailers, new reaction series only for the 3 episodes though, and it's gonna be on Google Drive, just a reaction, and the full-on review will be still on YouTube because that is followed under fair use. And I will only have clips of like the old stuff with no audio in it, besides episode 2 where I have like a 10-15 second audio of the time Bubbles was about to fight Princess after Princess beat Buttercup and Bubbles. I meant to say Blossom versus Princess when Princess beat Bubbles and Buttercup. This is the problem when you make 3 characters with B names in the beginning of them. You're gonna have me stumble across them. I think I also say it in the actual video. You're gonna have me stumble across these names, guys. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. It always gets confused. And I love in the movie they also say Buttercup. Because it also begins with a B. That's just me trying to correct myself. Okay. And there will be moments that I kind of stumble up my words and mismatch the names. That is kind of like common to me when it comes to like those 3. So expect that. And they should be out somewhere around this week. And because I still need to do some editing, because I think I mentioned in the videos that in the videos, because I'm going to edit in like a beginning portion to each episode, that I need to edit my own stuff because Will is kind of like very busy at this point. So I'm pretty much doing all the editing of my own stuff, which is asinine. So yeah, this is a rant / thoughts video just about the new Powerpuff Girls series and how I really feel about it. And they haven't ruined the Powerpuff Girls, like how many say they have ruined the Teen Titans. They have not ruined that. They have not ruined it. It's actually pretty faithful to the original. It's just not the original, and it is also just so deviating from the original, but still saying the same to its own formula, that you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. The villains and the monsters in the old series, you see that they're like basically designed, but they're gritty. They're dark, sort of, and they have like intricate designs that really let them stand out. In this series, they're cutesy. They are cutesy, and they're like more humanistic, you could say, because they are integrated into society. So it's like they're acceptable to see. And in the podcast that I saw, that I listened, because we haven't really had much visuals, that I listened to, the joke was, you have cute girls in a horrible environment, and they fight these horrible environment bad guys. And it's like, yeah, I just now noticed it. That's exactly what that is. But now it's like in-between area where they're kind of both the same thing. So it kind of like ruins that motif. But when they try to continue on with it, it kind of falls flat. So yeah. So I hope I really made the point that this series is not bad because it's not the original, it doesn't have the voice actors, it has those controversial scenes that I literally missed. I think I'm even going to show the scene. You know what, I will deliberately edit in my reaction, my blind reaction to that episode to see how out of left field that I did not even see the scene. Oh yeah, they've gone trickster. They have gone trickster. They have gone trickster. You quickly. I forgot how to cure trickster, so I think you just give him time. If you see, if I did it, it should have been right here. That's just how that is. And it's not about any of those kind of things. And it's not because they took out Miss Bellum because apparently she was over sexualized or something like that from an article. I don't care. What I really care about is how they're handling the series as a show, and not how they're handling the series as a faithful reboot of a old show that really affected many people, not just me, life. It's like right now to me, this is like Dragon Ball Z to many Dragon Ball Z fans. So if you remake Dragon Ball Z and make it completely different from what Dragon Ball Z is, you're gonna get some backlash from fans. As for me, I'm not like those fans that really try their best to hate something. I really try to look for the good in anything that comes out, if it's from the past and trying to become good. But if I can't actually find it and really like grab onto it to the point where I can defend it solely for the sake because I like it, then yeah, that's the point where I raise up the red flag and be like, okay, let the series go up to the people who actually watch it on Cartoon Network and let it be that. So yeah, I needed to talk about it, even though, you know, got another person over in the front room. I needed to talk about it because I didn't want to leave that video up and not give you guys something like a series of some sorts. And I do appreciate the feedback and the comments that I got in the trailer, because some people really want to make their voices known, just like the series is bad. No, I do not want you to watch the series. Blah 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 blah. The series is kind of good. It's hit and miss. I want to watch you watch it because there are some people who haven't even seen it before, didn't even know it existed, and was waiting for my reactions to see it. To tell you the truth, it's just average. That's all I gotta say without calling it bad, because it's not bad. It's not necessarily the best thing in the world, so I can't give it good status. because good to me is like a 9 to a 10. I have a different scaling method. Me, good, since it's my personality. When I say something's good, it's actually probably amazing. But average means that it's whether you like it, you don't like it. If something's good, then you're bound to like it. If it's bad, then you're bound to hate it. That sort of deal. To me, it's average, so it's either hit and miss from what your preferences are in the show, good or bad. So yeah, this is Do You Want to Be the Universe? I really wanted to intend this video to be 5 minutes. I hate how I am always wrong when I start up a video and just trail off. Talk about other things in the topic that could have been condensed down. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you stuck around for this video. I'll make sure to put music in the background because that keeps people. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.